But just a reminder of kind of how today's going to go. You're going to hear from elective departments here shortly. So as you have your sheet in front of you, if you look on the back of the sheet, those are all of the classes that are available for you to take or to select from for next year. So as you hear from some of the different teachers on electives during the morning, make some notes if you'd like to maybe go talk to Ms. Steins or Mr. Meadham, and maybe you've never been down to the art wing and that's something you'll have time to do. We'll be in the auditorium here for the next hour and a half or so, then you'll have a half hour to go and meet with any of the teachers that you'd like to learn more about a class from. This afternoon, or starting later this morning, hey, listen up please. Starting later this morning, when you're in your core classes, your core teachers will talk about that coursework that you may need to take for next year. So right now, for the next little bit, you're going to hear about the elective options. And again, make some notes on the back of the sheet if you want to, consider that course, learn more about it, read about it. We'll go through some of those things later, talk to the teachers. But we're going to get started here. We'll take a little stretch break in between some things, but be good, attentive students to the teachers that are presenting. If you have something to write with, go ahead and make notes on this sheet. This is for you right now, okay? And then teachers, I'm going to start it off. We're going to start with the art department, and then you can just pass to each other.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Miss Steins. I'm one of two art teachers in the art department. It's me and Mr. Fuel. So we're starting off today with AP Studio Art, which is an advanced level, college level art class. This class encompasses 2D design, 3D design, and drawing. So you can choose kind of your own adventure. If you are interested in going to art school, this is a really good class for you. It is a full year and it counts for 1 VPAA credit, so your entire graduation requirement. We do expect you to already have experience coming into this class because it is college level. Ideally, you would have like 1 to 2 semesters in the chosen field of what you're going to study. We have teacher permission is required for this one as well. So if you are thinking about this one, come down to 147 today and I can give you a little bit more detail on this class. We also have digital media in the art department. This class encompasses photography, design, illustration, graphic design, and it is all done with cameras and computers. So this is taught by Mr. Fuel, and this class, you don't need any experience to take this class. It's a lot of fun. You get to kind of create characters and create posters and kind of product design, stuff like that. So if you are interested in going into anything design related, or you just want to try out Photoshop, this is a really good class for you. All right, drawing and painting. Drawing and painting, you can take levels 1 through 4 for this class, same for digital media. And each level is a semester long, and each one is half a credit of VPAA credit. This class is very project-based. It's very hands-on, exploratory. We do a lot of experimenting with different mediums, but it is traditional drawing and painting. So you're also learning how to draw. You're learning perspective and proportions and all sorts of cool different things that live in the drawing and painting world. This class doesn't have a lot of homework. It's mostly done in class, and you don't need any experience. So if you are worried you don't know how to draw, that is why you should take drawing and painting, because that is what we learn in drawing and painting. And then we have sculpture and ceramics. Again, this one you can take for a semester or a full year. Each semester you take it, you get half a credit of VPAA. We have a professional ceramic studio in our school. We're pretty lucky to have that. And this class you get to throw on the wheel, you get to do hand building, you get to try a lot of different clay processes, and it's very, very hands-on, it's very, very active, so it's not a lot of sitting and listening, it's mostly just doing. It's also very independent, so if you are an independent worker, this is a great class for you. And you get to make functional things you get to take home with you, so if you want to drink your coffee out of a mug that you have made, you should take sculpture and ceramics. And again, no previous experience is needed for this class. And then the last visual arts class that we have on offer this year is Lit Art, which is a new class, and it will be co-taught with me and Dr. Keller. This class is meant for juniors and seniors. It covers your English credit and your VPAA credit. So instead of taking an art class and an English class, you could take one class that does both of those things. It's a 2-hour block that will be held in the art department. And if you're a senior, you can take it for a semester or the full year. If you're a junior, you would want to sign up for it for the whole year, and it would cover your English credit for the year. It's a really hands-on class. We'll be doing a lot of things that don't get done in other classes, so unique art experiences. It's going to be kind of led by students, so you'll have a lot of choice in what you do if you decide to take lit art, and a lot of like hands-on things, project-based things, field trips. Think of it like a choose-your-own-adventure, and lots of choice in this class. And again, most work will be completed in class, so not a lot of homework for this one as well. And next is Mrs. O'Brien.
Full-time business teacher. We have, right now, Mr. Lowe teaches a few business classes, and then Mr. Anderson, who will be retiring, will be switching that up a little bit. But a lot of the classes in the business department count for your math, if you take it during your senior year, or it can count for VPAA. You can kind of see on this slide that we do have a lot that count for VPAA. So Intro to Business is basically your intro class. You get exposed to all the different areas of business. Mr. Lowe's been teaching this for a couple of years. You partner with Junior Achievement, and you will probably remember maybe from first semester that there are kids that design their own products and then they sell them here at school, and whatever profit you make, you get to keep. Personal finance, if you take that class, it is either 1 semester or 2 semesters. A lot of kids take that during their senior year to count for their senior level math credit. First semester, we look at behavioral economics, life after high school, career, taxes, and financial services. And then second semester is investing, budgeting, credit cards, debt, credit scores, insurance. And so each semester is totally independent. So you could just take one or the other, or you could take both. Marketing, we offer 3 levels of marketing. There's Marketing 1, Marketing 2, and Advanced Marketing. Marketing 1 and 2 are both semester classes. Advanced Marketing you could take as a full year. Marketing 1 is basically our intro foundational class. Marketing 2, we go into a little bit more depth. Last year and this year, Marketing 2 has also been helping in our school store, which Advanced Marketing is really built around the school store, the Snack Shack, and the Ranger Zone. We develop products to sell in the store, and then we run the stores. We also offer Sports Business Management, which is basically kind of a marketing class, but with more of a sports and entertainment theme to it. We offer Accounting 1 and 2. Obviously, you have to take 1 before you take 2. That's basic adding, subtracting. It's not really like super complex math, but it's something that you could help either if you're going for a business major or for your own personal accounting. AP Computer Science A and Computer Science, Mr. Smith will be talking about those classes, or Science Principles, sorry. And then co-op and work experience. If you have a job and you do not want to have either a first or a 6th hour class, you can count your hours. You have to fill out timesheets every week, but you also have to be enrolled in 1 business class during that year. But to do co-op, you go to your work, you fill out your timesheets, you have your boss sign them, and then again, you don't have to take a first or a 6th hour. And a lot of students opt for that if they just kind of want a little bit of a break. So those are all the business classes. If you do have questions when you guys are coming around doing the open house, the business department will be in my room, in room 107. So stop on by if you have questions. Now, Mr. Manders.
Good morning. I'm Mr. Manders. I teach the bulk of the communications courses, as you can see up there. I've had many of you in class, but not all of you, so we got to fix that. One of the classes, film projects. Film projects class is all about film. Pretty simple. We learn about cinematography, we learn about editing, we learn about storytelling. You work in teams, usually larger teams, making movies and other things of that nature. Everything related to film. It's fairly chill class, although the projects can be pretty involved, but also kind of fun. The other class, I know a lot of people have taken MediaCom. You do not have to be a freshman or a sophomore to take MediaCom. Anyone can take MediaCom, and I think everybody should. MediaCom, again, we learn about photography, we learn about editing. You're working in teams, running around school, making stories, all kinds of different stories, not just film, although we do make a movie, or you do, I don't. You make a movie at the end of the year. What you need to do is to take MediaCom, and there's podcasting and engineering, which I don't know anything about. You need to take MediaCom if you're going to want to take FX, or it's called TV Broadcast Lab. That is a full year class. The other two are just a semester. You definitely need MediaCom under your belt. And FX, every day we're doing stuff, we're making stories. We work the entire year on making a big movie. And we'll have the Film Fest here in May, so you should come out and check those films out. They could be interesting. Or not. I don't know. You never know. You got to check them out, see if they're any good. And if you're thinking of taking FX because you've already taken MediaCom, come see me after you're sitting here bored for a while. Come see me, and I'll give you an application. You got to fill it out and turn it in. Cool? Cool. All right. Theater. There you go. Theater arts. Take it away.
All right, hello, I'm Miss Dykstra. I am new this year. If you don't know me, I do English and I run theater after school. And next year we're going to be offering 2 theater courses, so Theater 1 and 2. They are VPAA credits. They'll be a lot of fun. So these are not just for the students who are already having theater. These are if you've been interested in theater, you've seen what we do on the stage, maybe you don't have time after school, or you're not wanting to perform in front of the whole school, that's not your thing, but you're still interested in theater. We're going to do a lot of project-based learning where you're just hands-on, learning about lights and sound, costumes, makeup, marketing for theater, moving around, acting, writing scripts that are fun for you, entertaining for you. This is kind of led for you, by you, and you just get to have fun and be creative and express yourself. You just get to grow your skills as a public speaker. If you're someone who likes speaking in class, or maybe you don't, and that's a skill you want to learn to grow, this is definitely the class for you. I would love to see you all there, and I'm very excited for some of you to take theater next year. Thank you.
Hello, Rangers. I'm Mr. Biedema. I got a handful of classes I'm going to talk about this morning. First one is architectural rendering and design. A handful of you see I've already taken the class. It's a great class if you are interested in any sort of architecture field, any sort of construction field, kind of understanding how houses work, how they get laid out. If you dig the fixer-upper and all the home improvement shows, it's a kind of a beginning step to what they do in a lot of those shows. It's a great class, super laid back as far as you spend 90% of your time, maybe 95% of your time just working on your project. And I talk very little, so it's you set up for a project, you design a house for most of the semester, and it's a great opportunity to a little different atmosphere in your day. If you have already taken architecture, rendering, and design, you can take advanced architecture, which is a year course. It's set up to be a year course. We get into more commercial structures and other residential construction structures. We'll do some three-dimensional projects with that. If you can't fit in a whole year, I kind of break it up as an A and a B. And so if your schedule's tight, but you really want to get into that advanced class, see your counselor or myself, and we can usually get you in for one of those semesters if that's all you can fit in. And it does count for your 4th year math credit, and also for those that are seniors. And your VPA credits, all kinds of awesomeness. Bench woodworking, down in the wood shop in the far end of the school. We've got a great shop set up. Again, You're going to spend 95% of your semester working on some great projects, and I'm going to set it up for you guys so that you can learn how to use all the tools, understand wood species, and build some great things, and then take those home at the end of the semester. Also counts for your VBA credit, and then again, if you take Advanced Woods, which a lot of you already have, I've seen you out here, you can take Advanced Woods, which is a class where we can kind of design your own projects. And in Advanced Woods, we have kids that will build a bunch of small projects or build one big project. A lot of options in that class as far as what you are interested in, what you want to design and build. If you want to do like the snowboards or the paddle boards or skis, we can also incorporate that into our advanced class also. There's a lot of opportunities to build stuff that you are interested in and be passionate about. Then we have a board building class, sort of like the groundboarding class, but it stays here at school. And we build just the board, so we can focus on just that. And we've got a lot of options and opportunities to build paddle boards, surfboards, wake surfs, skis, snowboards, longboards, skateboards. All kinds of action sports boards are an opportunity for that class as well. I think that's it. Engineering graphics, one more here. Another class I teach that's a lot of kids take is engineering graphics. If you are thinking about engineering in your potential career, if someone said you're good at math, you should be an engineer. I promise if you take one semester of engineering graphics with me, you will know for sure if that's a field you want to go into, or maybe not. Maybe you should go into accounting if you're good at math. But engineering graphics one will definitely give you a foundation. It's how civil engineering, biomedical engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, it's just the ground floor for what they do and how they communicate. So it's a great opportunity for you to explore that in your career. But also it's a great opportunity in your day to have a class where you're in a computer lab and you're working on projects most of the time as you are completing your semester. And again, that also rolls in engineering 2 and 3. Again, the year-long courses, we can break them up into a part A and B if you can't fit them all in for the entire year. And so we'd love to have you down in the CAD lab or in the shop this coming school year. And as always, I got 6 dozen donuts down in the shop, so when you get down there after this open house area, come down and see me, check out the shop, check out the CAD lab, and beat the freshmen to the donuts.
Hi everyone. My name is Mr. Burns. I am the band director here at the high school and middle school. We offer 3 band classes at the high school here. We offer our percussion 0-hour class. Here's some pictures of the band. We offer our wind ensemble, which is a concert band, and our jazz band. For all 3 of these classes, experience is expected. If you were in band in middle school and maybe didn't continue on in 9th grade, would like to join back for another year, come talk to me. We'd like to have you in band. But experience is expected for all 3 of our band classes here at the high school. To be in the marching band, which you see every Friday home game, and for our playoff games for our football team, you have to be in one of the band classes, either the percussion, jazz band, or wind ensemble to be in the marching band. The jazz band is a audition-based class, so you need to audition, come play something for me, and figure out where you fit into the jazz band. The other 2 classes, excuse me, are for if you have experience and would like to join one of these 2 classes. So that's a little bit about the band program. I'm going to pass it off to Mr. Mr. Ivory to talk about choir.
Good morning, I'm Mr. Ivory. There are 4 choir classes that are offered here at Central High School. 3 of them don't require any experience at all. I teach a treble chorus, which is a group of sopranos and altos, the higher voices. Chorale, which is a group of mixed voices, so sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses, the lower voices are there. And then concert choir is generally an entry-level freshman course. But any one of you could sign up for any of those courses because they're all open to you. You do not need to have any experience to join choir. The one choir that is auditioned is a 0-hour choir, that's Central Singers. Those students are also in either chorale or treble chorus. A lot of you have heavy academic loads during the day. Group singing is a really good break for that. Group singing promotes social connectedness and a sense of belonging. It releases endorphins, which reduce levels of stress and anxiety. It helps focus you for the other things that you have to do that day. It's good for language. There are lots of benefits for group singing, and on top of it, it's just a whole lot of fun. We do also offer some opportunities for travel, and we're hoping to do that next year as well. So I'd love to see any of you in any of my choir classes. It would be great. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Poole.
Morning, Rangers. I'm Mr. Poole, I'm the orchestra director, and we have 2 orchestra classes here at Central High School. The concert orchestra is a group that's open to anyone who plays a string instrument. Again, experience is preferred for that class, and if you've been in orchestra or maybe you're out of the habit and would like to get back in, concert orchestra would be a great place for you. If you are a person who is interested in playing in the symphony orchestra, there's a short audition that's required for entrance into that group, and I'd be happy to provide any of that information for you if you just stop by my room. That's 102 right on the other side of this wall.
So one of the good things about physical education is get up and move around a little bit. Okay? We just got to talking about like the previous presentation, endorphins. Those are real. They go through your body, they wake you up, improve your cognitive development. Physical education, you get to move around, your body produces those natural endorphins, you feel better, you think better. So physical education is great for you. Okay, I'm going to try something here right now. If you're an athlete, stand up. If you do not participate in athletics, stand up. We just covered everybody. We just covered everybody. Okay? All too often you say, well, in order to be a PD, I have to be an athlete. That is not correct. The rest of your life, you have to take care of your body. Okay? You want to stay out of this earth longer, you have to take care of yourself for the rest of your life. Many of you participate in sport, and that takes care of it right now. Okay? Even if you're not in an organized sport at FHC, you're in a club sport, something at the Y, and that takes care of it. That's going to go away at some point. You're going to go off to college. You may not make the next level of team. Okay? You may not have the club sport, or you may not be involved in intramural. You have to do something and take care of your body for the rest of your life. So you need to start thinking about what those things are. Okay, so I'm going to give you some ideas here. Yoga, fantastic class for us. Okay, Ms. Steensma teaches that. A lot of you, sometimes on a daily basis, sometimes around exam time, you deal with stress and anxiety. Yoga is great for that. If you're someone that has those issues every now and again, you want to address them through stretches and poses. Sync up your mind and your body, you feel better. Okay, it's a great class, very popular class. Ms. Steensma does a great job with that class. I teach strength and conditioning. The obvious thing is athletes are in there because they want to get bigger, faster, and stronger. Yes. Okay? There's no doubt that we address that. But strength training, resistance training is something that you can do for the rest of your life. There's no better exercise. There's no better for the rest of your life as you start to age than to do some type of resistance training. You learn how to do that. Okay? You'll see your body really, literally transform during that semester. You'll see changes that quick. Also real important for injury prevention as well. Okay? Getting in there and taking care of your body so that as you go through your sports season, that by the end of your season, you're still healthy enough in order to compete. Okay? So I'm going to let Ms. Howard take over from here.
All right, I teach Fit for Life. That is going to be your kind of continuation of middle school PE. It's very beginner level friendly. Anyone can take that for their credits. We do a lot of team sports and different types of team building in that class. Again, very basic team sports. We start from the lowest level for someone that's never participated in that sport or activity, and then we work our way up. Global Games is going to be more of a competitive class. We play different games from around the world, and we kind of just get into a competition. So more competitive, upbeat, high pace in that class. And then lastly, the new class that is coming here for next year I'll be teaching is body sculpting. That class is going to work similarly to a strength and conditioning, but it's more beginner level friendly. We're going to do a lot of body toning in that class. We'll do some Zumba, some Pilates. We will focus injury prevention. We'll do a little bit of yoga, so it's kind of combining all of the different classes. But excited to have that here as well. So if you see that class and you're interested, come see me. We will both be in the East Gym after this, so come see us there.
Hello. Now it's time for the best subject, math. I'm Mr. Smith, and I teach the math and computer science. And we're doing a little something new this year. The slides didn't quite get updated, but for those of you currently in Algebra 2, next year is AP Pre-Calc. There is not an alternative Pre-Calc other than AP. So the slide didn't quite get updated, but if you're currently sitting there in Algebra 2, AP Pre-Calc is the way to go, so you may have to stop and think to yourself, if you're currently a junior in Algebra 2 and thinking, ooh, that's an AP class, it's a little bit different than our current Pre-Calc, not completely different, but it is focusing on getting ready for an AP test that you're going to take in May. Hopefully maybe you pass it, get some AP credit. But if you're like, ooh, I'm not sure AP Pre-Calc's the right thing, talk to your teacher. I'm sure that they would point you in the right direction. But as you're thinking there, maybe you're thinking, maybe I want to take college algebra. That's going to be a little bit more rigorous now that AP Pre-Calc is the next step. And if you're like, oh, that's not me either, I've done way too much algebra in the last 3 years, I don't want to do any more of that. We do have 2 new courses in mathematics. We have sport statistics. You want to, explore a different type of level of math. Statistics is a different thing. That class is a semester-long class. It is run by Mr. Bannock, and it will dive into looking at statistics in a slightly less rigorous way than like an AP statistics class. It could be taken along with AP Pre-Calc or along with college algebra. Those semester-long math electives can be taken in addition to if you're like, hey, I just love math, I want to take more. We also are going to be offering analytical thinking, which is a real problem-solving class. It's about little puzzles and different ways to solve those little puzzles. So they'll explore the different techniques for solving Sudoku puzzles, or for any other logical puzzles that you're working at. So that's a good way for problem solving. Again, that's just a semester-long class. So if you want to talk to Mr. Bannock about those, he'll be upstairs in his room. That is room 212. And then I also am a computer science teacher. That slide apparently is gone. So we offer 2 computer science classes. AP Computer Science A, which is your typical CS, I'm going to major in CS class. It's all programming all the time. And then we also offer AP Computer Science Principles. And that class is like a low stakes introduction to computer science. It usually covers most introduction levels of college level computer science classes, which are a lot of colleges require those, and this will get you out of that. It is typically not a lot of homework, pretty low stakes. If you would like to come talk to me about either of those options, I will be in room 225, and I'd love to see you.
All right, so we're going to talk about social studies electives. Got a bunch of them, all of them up there. A couple things to keep in mind. If you have any questions, come see me in room 112. I can direct you to the right place. Also, I'll remind you of this, but all these electives are considered core for college, which is great for you guys. So we have a lot of psych classes and sociology. They're similar. If you ever wonder why you do the things you do, these classes will help you understand them. All of them except our AP Psych are semester-long classes. They're very interesting. You can take regular psych or social psych. After taking those, you can go on to advanced psych. You can take sociology right away. The AP Psych is the only full year one, and that's a little different. Let's see. We also have history of thought and history of Rich Hollywood. you want to watch some movies and then critique them based on how historically accurate they are, that's a great class for that. We also have Model UN. Spend the first part of the class learning about the United Nations, and then everything else after that is a simulation-based class. And then we have AP Econ, Micro and Macro, and AP Gov. AP Gov is an awesome class. Helps you better understand our government, how we run, and especially with election year and things like that. It's a great class to take coming up. And if you have any questions, come see me in room 112. Remember, these are considered core for college, which is a good thing. All right.
We're here to talk to you about the science courses. For those students who are in AP STEM, if you want to come talk about AP research, you can come find me in room 235, and I think I'm going to be swinging into your rooms sometime this week. All right, so we have lots of different offerings for you. Mrs. Stone teaches AP Physics. Mr. Scotland, you can take AP Environmental Science or Human Anatomy and Physiology. Mrs. Richardson also teaches AP Biology and sometimes Forensics, as well as Mrs. Stone sometimes will teach Forensics. Mr. Colgrove teaches AP Chemistry and Science of Sports and Games. And Ms. Balsito down there teaches Advanced Geology. So if you have questions about any of those classes, come see us in our classrooms.
All right. Well, hey. Welcome. It is a pleasure to see you today. I'm Mr. George from the English department, and I will be joined in a moment, thank you for doing that for me, by the amazing Mr. Fisher. So classes that I teach that I want to tell you about. Writing for publication is a class if you love to write. It is the introductory class to be a part of the Central Trend. And really cool class, first semester only. Wide variety of students, freshmen through seniors in there. Raise your hand if you've taken writing for publication already. Look at you, I love you guys, thank you. And it's a great class. It's a lot of writing. If you don't like to write, don't join. If you enjoy writing, I think it would be a great class for you. Once you take writing for publication, then you can take advanced writing for publication and join the Central Trend, which is an unbelievable class. If you've been in my classroom, you know what my classroom looked like. It's just a really comfortable situation. It is a lot of writing still, but it is a great opportunity to be a published author. I don't know, I mean, some of our older people have 150 to 200 stories already published. So, writing for publication first, now here's one weird thing. You can take writing for publication first semester and write down on your sheet that, and then you can write down second semester advanced. So the advanced you can take all year. If you've already taken writing for publication, you can put it down for all year. If you want to go first semester, let's say your first semester you're going to be a senior. You can go first semester writing for pub, second semester advanced writing for pub on your sheet. Okay, also we have sports journalism. The sports report, we've officially renamed it to sports journalism. I don't know if I have to click somewhere, maybe it's up there. And it is up there for sure. Oh yeah, the VPAA credits, of course. And sports journalism is the FHC Sports Report. If you like sports, if you watch ESPN, if you think about sports, if you want to write about sports, if you want to go into some sort of sports journalism, unbelievable opportunity to cover local sports, national sports, etc. That is a semester class. By the way, that one has no prerequisite. You want to do the sports thing right away. No writing for publication needed. Cool? Questions? Feel good about that, John. I nailed that.
Nicely done, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Ken George. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm here to talk to you today about doing yearbook. This is the product that we made last year. This class is interesting because it's not like other classes. It's more of a business. It's one of the original project-based classes. So you're going to be spending the entire year working on making a product that your peers will buy and judge and keep for posterity. And 20 years from now, they'll look back at it and see the things that you did. So that can be cool and intimidating. But trust me, it's a really cool class to take. It's always 6th hour, so you get to end your day on a high note. Your job will be, and I do say job, because your job will be to do 2 spreads, or two pages, which is a spread. You'll have about 4 to 5 deadlines in the year, and the deadlines range between 4 weeks and 2 weeks. So you've got a lot of time to actually work on the graphic design, on the writing, on the photography, on the interviewing, all of the things that are encompassed in the pages of the yearbook. So if you like not having short deadlines and having to do things quickly, this is a good class for you. But
The one caveat of taking this class is it is a business. At the beginning of the year, I sign a contract to pay a company about $60,000, and we have to follow through and hit deadlines, and if we miss deadlines, it costs us money. So there is a certain amount of responsibility that's inherent in this class, which is why you have to be either an 11th or 12th grader to take yearbook, because that means that you're adult enough that we trust you to handle that kind of responsibility. But this class is a lot of fun. You get to go out into the community, you get to sell ads, you get to get into sporting events for free and do photography. There's been people in the past who just loved going to the football games, being on the sidelines and taking those action shots, or going to the basketball games, or going to swim meets and getting those mid-dive pictures. It's a really cool experience. So if you're into learning about photography, there's no prerequisite required here. If you don't know how to be a photographer, I will teach you. If you're into that, come to yearbook. I'm going to be in room 218. You can come visit me. We can talk a little bit more about what it entails. But, one other thing. In certain situations, if you are a senior, yearbook can count as your senior English credit. Although I don't know why you'd want to do that, because the senior English teachers are pretty awesome. I teach a lot of the senior English classes as well. But that's a possibility out there. So keep it in mind. Think about doing yearbook. You'll have a blast, I guarantee it.